Hi everyone, I'm Sarah and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to guide you through a restorative yin yoga sequence using the wall. As is always the case with yin yoga, this is a deeply calming practice and we're going to find release in the very deep tissues of the body. All you will need today is a blanket and a block. If you don't have a block, don't worry, this is just optional. So make your way over with your mat to a place where you've got a nice clear space of wall. We're going to start in Shavasana today, so 5 minutes laying back and grounding, arriving within the practice. Okay, so go ahead and make yourself comfortable laying flat on the back. If you have cushions available and you want to cushion the back of the head or just have a roll of blanket under the arch of the neck, you can. So you can take the arms out to the sides, palms facing up, and either have the legs flat on the floor or bend the knees and let the knees rest in together for more lower back support. Just taking a moment to find a comfortable position for your body. It's nice to just draw the shoulders down away from the ears. Maybe just slightly lengthen the back of the neck, drawing the chin down. But then allowing the body to start to really relax and let go. When you feel ready, the eyes can close. And as you allow those eyes to close, just allow all those muscles around the eyes to let go, to be soft. Breathing through the nose if that's comfortable. Allowing your jaw to soften. Your tongue to relax in the mouth and the throat to become soft. As the face softens, allow the rest of the body to follow. So the shoulders are letting go, the upper arms. The hands, the palms, fingers becoming soft. And you find that as you breathe out, and each time that you breathe out, your body is just beginning to give its weight over to the floor. Allowing the body to be heavy. And allowing the muscles to begin to let go. And as always, there's absolutely no rush. We're not forcing or trying, we're just allowing the body to slowly, slowly begin to unwind. Even the chest, the lungs, the belly, the organs, starting to relax, starting to release. And you find that deepening just a little bit each time you breathe out. And we use this time to just put our focus in away from life, away from the outside world, and to start to bring our attention into the here and now, to start to really arrive. So we start to notice the feeling of the body, become aware of the feeling of all of the different parts of our body. Become aware of the feeling of the breath coming and going. Nothing to do here, no rush, no hurry, just slowing down, stopping, arriving, and allowing your body to let go. And taking a smooth, deep breath in through the nose all the way up to the very top. And out through the nose all the way down to the very end. And we'll take one more of those deep breaths in. Let your belly rise first this time. Belly expands. Chest expands all the way up to the top. All the way down to the very end. Let the fingers and toes move a little. Now, just because we're coming out of Shavasana and into a posture doesn't mean that we allow our awareness of the body, our awareness of the here and now to vanish. We can stay kind of dialed in, very concerned with just what's here and now rather than traveling off with the mind. So just gentle movements, just observing whatever sensations come up for you. You may want to take your arms above you and have a little bit of a stretch out, being careful of the wall if that's behind you. Just rolling over onto one side for a moment. Just check into something, the feeling of the breath coming and going maybe. Softening anywhere that may have begun to tense again. And then pressing your palm into the floor, you can come up from your opening Shavasana. Now we're going to start with a classic wall posture, legs up the wall. A nice stretch for the backs of the legs and deeply restorative and calming. So it's really going to drop us into that calm state in the practice. I'll give you an option here to use your blanket. So you can roll your blanket just as I have and place it fairly close. When we come to bring our legs up the wall, we want this to land just underneath the bottom end of the shoulder blades, which you will kind of see how that all works now. So to come into this, bring yourself close to the wall. And we can just carefully lower. Legs come straight up the wall. And we can just adjust, taking this blanket to sit just towards the bottom of the shoulder blades. Arms can relax out to the sides. You can wriggle yourself just a little bit closer or further away from the wall, depending on what your body feels very comfortable with, what your body will allow. Taking your head back Okay, so just having the blanket under the backs of the shoulders just gives a nice gentle back bend, and it's very, very good for anyone who spends a long time seated at a laptop or a computer or driving. Kind of reverses the effects of that, so a really nice release for that middle upper back. We can have the feet together, but it's quite nice to part them, and you'll notice that the legs just kind of nicely fall down into the socket, so it's quite a kind of secure feeling in the hips to part them slightly. So we can soften through the thighs a little, through the feet. We don't have to hold the legs straight, we can let them soften up a little. And the eyes may close, face softens again. We can allow the shoulders to let go, the arms and hands and fingers. And as we breathe in, we can just gently allow the belly to rise each time. Breathing in, belly will rise. Breathing out, belly will fall. Now you may want to adjust your blanket as you lay there. You may think, might just feel a little bit better, just a little bit lower down or higher up. Just a tiny, tiny little movement can make all the difference to the way that feels. So feel free to experiment. Now, if anyone is new to Yin Yoga, there's a few things we need to be aware of. First of all, we're not looking for very hard edges in our postures. So quite gentle, we're coming to 60, 70% maybe of our maximum. And some postures we feel more than others. Some are very, very gentle. It's not always about maxing out, especially in Yin. Now the other thing to know is that it's okay to take rests or adjust your posture at any moment in time. I will be guiding you, I'll be giving you different options, ways to tweak and adjust the posture to suit your body. But it really is fine through these postures today to take rests and to adjust. If your body lets you know something's, too strong, too sharp, or something feels just not quite right. Now the other thing to know is that Yin is still. This Yin practice, we're very still. We're in the postures for a bit longer than other types of yoga postures. And the stillness and time allows for a very meditative quality to this practice, which I will be guiding you through as we get deeper in. But for now, let's just begin just as we were in Shavasana, just eyes are closed, and we're arriving, we're starting to really notice and become very aware of the feeling of our own body. We're not imagining the body, we're not analyzing it, judging it, we're not adding anything with the mind, we're just simply feeling the feeling of the body. Feeling the feeling of all of the different parts of the body.
And then starting to feel into muscles, tissues, so that we can start to become aware of where we might be holding, where we might be gripping or tensing. And we can begin to invite those areas to relax, to let go as we breathe out. Each time we breathe out, we are inviting, allowing the body to let go. So that there's gradual relaxation and surrender starts to unfold. Now, if having the blanket under the back of the body becomes too much, please do feel free to remove it at any point. It's just an option. Is there anywhere in your body right now that's just a little bit tense or tight or gripped that doesn't need to be? Is there anywhere that's willing and ready to let go? Okay, so we're going to bend the knees and just take the knees in towards the chest for a moment. You can hug up into a ball. And just releasing the blanket from under the body. There will be an option to add that back in a moment. We're coming into our next posture now, so we're going to Upavista Konasana, so a wide-legged posture. We're going to take the feet wide. So you can walk those feet out as far as feels just right for you. Maybe take the hands up onto the belly. And allow yourself to relax into this through the thighs, through the hips. If it does become too strong, you can just get some cushions under the thighs to just kind of give a little bit of support there if you wish. Now, if you are really loving the effect of that blanket on that middle upper back, it does also feel really lovely towards the lower back. So if you want to, you can just place your blanket under the lower back. You might want to adjust just how deep the roll is. So it could just be folded. It doesn't need to be a roll. So with the hands placed on the belly, it allows us to connect with the breath for one. So to start to really notice the breath. And for our attention, our awareness to really begin to rest with the breath. But it also encourages that belly breathing, which is a very, very powerful way to calm the body. So as I mentioned earlier, as we breathe in, the belly will rise. As we breathe out, the belly will fall. And it can be subtle, it can be gentle, it shouldn't really be forceful. The breath might become just a little bit longer than it was, but really quite relaxed breathing down into the belly. And it's as if everything else just starts to fall away. And we just become very concerned with, very aware of this feeling of this breath coming and going. Whenever those mental gymnastics come back in, that mental effort of thinking and analysing and just trying hard with the mind. The mind is trying to, figure things out and analyse things. Whenever we feel that internal effort starting back up, we can just soften away. We just don't go there, we just don't follow it around anymore. We just breathe out and let it fall away, just as the tension from the body falls away as we breathe out. You may want to gently crawl those feet just a little bit wider or closer together to adjust the amount of stretch through the body. Not too little, not too much. Body is still finding little ways to let go as we breathe. And there's no hurry. There's no rush. I'm going to give you another option. So if you do have a yoga block available, this is just a little bit of a neck massage. We can take the block just underneath and we can just sit that block so that it's kind of towards this bottom part of the skull, maybe just going into the neck a little. And that feels quite nice just still for some people. Some people really, this doesn't feel nice at all. So, take it away if it's not feeling good. But if you want to, you can just gently rock that head from side to side. And just begin to give a little massage to those muscles along the base of the skull and around the neck. Again, adjusting the block to a point that feels like your sweet spot. Still breathing down into the belly, still finding little ways to let go as you breathe. If you are moving the head gently, it's slow. Everything in Yin is still, or at least very slow and mindful. You might want to adjust it at some point and just reach a slightly different position. Everything else is falling away. We're just becoming very aware of our current experience. Feeling every feeling, noticing every sensation, every detail. Becoming more and more tuned into the moment. At some point you may just want to come to stillness on the block, or you may want to take it away. Okay, so we are taking that block away now. And we'll take the feet back in together. You might want to help them back in if it's feeling super stiff. It's normal to feel quite fragile coming out of a yin posture. So you can just bend the knees a little, point and flex those toes a few times. You may want to take the feet in and just kind of rock the knees from side to side, or hug up into a ball. Maybe take the blanket away if you're still using that. If you're hugging into a ball, it's quite nice to just rock from side to side and massage that lower back into the floor. And just placing those feet on the floor, letting the knees part for a butterfly pose. So we can be very relaxed here with this and just, find a very gentle edge, but we can push a little, which is very unusual for me to say that in yin. Usually it's all about stiffness, surrender, softness, but just a little bit of yang-like action here does really complement this posture. So we can push a little into the knees, maybe grounding the elbows into the floor for a little bit of leverage and just gently pushing the knees open. We can still soften around our activity. So we can ungrip the hands, we can soften the face, maybe we can even soften the shoulders and arms to some degree. We're just going to spend a minute here just breathing down into the belly and just playing around with finding little ways to let go. And the softening, the release happens as you breathe out. Is there anywhere in your body right now that's holding or tense that doesn't need to be? Good stuff. So taking those knees back in together, just rolling over onto one side, so you can push away from the wall a little, let the knees fall down to the side and just lay on your side for a moment. Okay, so pressing your palm into the floor, coming up. Okay, so sitting a little bit further back from the wall. And we're going to take the feet up onto the wall. But this time we want a bend, so it's almost like an L shape to begin with. So we're going to take the right foot over onto the left knee. If you want to take less stretch, if this is too strong, and you're feeling this really around the outside of this right hip, we can push back and push away from the wall. If we want to get more stretch, we can just shuffle in a little. So the closer to the wall you go, the more stretch you will receive into this hip. Find a gentle edge to begin with. Don't max yourself out. You will find with the body that if you are gentle first, it's like your body learns to trust you and it starts to open up and invite you in deeper. And then you can respond, at any point you can go deeper or more shallow in your posture, so you can respond. So closing the eyes, and options this time, maybe we want to support around the back of the neck with a blanket, so that can feel quite nice and supportive. My favourite option here is to just give an opening through the chest, so taking the arms either up above you or out into cactus arms, or even tuck your hands around the back of your head and just enjoying an opening through the chest. Closing the eyes once more, bringing yourself back in, so that movement, that adjustment to bring ourselves into a new posture is enough to really allow the mind to bubble back up again and get active. So as we come into a fresh posture, we just close the eyes and we We take a few breaths, softening body first. Letting tension, letting gripping fall away that doesn't need to be there. And adjusting, making sure that we have found our own unique, perfect version of this posture, the one that suits us perfectly. You allow the mind to fall away if it got busy, if it went off to somewhere. Rather than following it where it's going, we just take a few breaths. Let that subject, let that thought fall away. And arrive once more with the body. Feeling the body. Noticing its presence. And really checking in with, beginning to understand just how your body is responding to this new position. Encouraging it to soften. Allowing it to let go. If your arms feel too stretched, the chest, the shoulders, it's too much sensation, you can take them back down to the floor or the belly. Something that we can play around with in our yoga practice is not just this kind of art of letting go with the body, with the mind, but really practicing being here and staying here. So our attention is really in the moment, with the moment. And I do treat that as a game. As you lay there in your posture, what can you notice? What details are you taking in through your senses? What little details have you missed that you haven't noticed yet? What's here to be with and notice that has passed us by so far? So observe, treat it as a game, and really begin to dial into your moment. You may notice details about the breath, the way it comes and goes. The gentle pause at top and bottom of the breath. And the length of the breath in between. The feeling of air moving through the nose. The feeling of the lungs as they expand and contract. And the feeling in the belly as it gently lifts and falls. We'll take a few more breaths, just feeling the breath come and go. And taking your foot back down onto the wall slowly, releasing the arms, maybe stretching the legs up the wall for a moment. Or you can bend the knees, hug the knees in and rock from side to side. And taking the feet back down onto the wall, and this time we'll take the left foot onto the right knee. Now that could feel very different on this side, so be prepared to edge back away from the wall or edge in for more depth. I'm going to give my arms a rest this time, but feel free to extend them above your body as we were before, or just take them down to the belly to connect with the breath once more. Something that I really love to sit with is that feeling as you breathe out, the way that that breath out affects your body. The way that your body seems to feel more able, more willing to release as you release the breath. Continuing that little game of observation, the feeling of the floor beneath you or the cool air of the room against your skin, even the contact between the lips, the eyelids, the clothes against the skin, all of this detail that we don't notice until we really start to pay attention. Breathing out, letting go. That softening, that surrender continues in the body and the mind. If your mind wanders, which it will do, just gently and willingly bring your attention back to the moment without any frustration or berating yourself or judging yourself or the fact that that has happened. Just simply, without opinion, notice and allow your attention to arrive once more in the here and now, with the breath, with the body, with the details of your moment. With a meditative practice, there is always this going away and coming back, going away and coming back with the attention. Coming towards the end of this posture, is there anywhere, any way to soften even more deeply? Okay, so taking your foot back to the wall. And just hugging those knees in towards the chest, rocking the knees from side to side, or just gently moving in your own way, or not moving. Maybe stillness is needed right now. So in between our yin postures, we just do what we need to do. It's very open to interpretation and a really nice moment to pay attention to what your body wants you to do, to be led by your body and to not be led by me. Okay, so we're going to shuffle a little closer for our final little bit here. So we're going to come into a twist, a reclined twist using the wall. Now what tends to happen in a reclined twist is that the legs tend to fall away from us. So we're going to use the wall to keep the legs in place, allowing more relaxation through the hips, the legs, the spine. So you can crawl quite close to the wall. So the feet are on the wall, the knees are in towards the chest, and we can walk those feet down to the side. So what you can do if you need to, if you come down to the side and it feels too strong through the spine, is use a cushion, a block, or just your folded blanket under the knees to give your knees, your spine a little bit of support. Your knees aren't coming as far down. So that's an option for you. You may feel very comfortable letting the knees come all the way down and then letting the head look over the opposite shoulder, drawing the opposite shoulder down just momentarily and then relaxing your body in and just feeling that support of the wall. You can shuffle closer if you want to, or shuffle further away. Further away would become more gentle. Now I'm going to just place the blanket over my body here because it's winter here in the UK, things are chilly. So do feel free in your yin postures to wrap up under blankets if it's cold for you too. It's very important that you do stay warm. Relax through your spine. You really can here as the wall takes the weight of the legs, stops them from slipping away. We can let go through the thighs, through the hips, through the spine. We can just allow all of those muscles along the spine to just give themselves over to this twist, to gravity. And the more we breathe out, the more we let go. And we're really taking mental rest here. This, relaxation in the body is restorative for the body, but it takes it a whole lot deeper if we allow the thoughts to fall away, the chatter to fall away. And we allow ourselves to just observe. So there's nothing mentally that we need to do. And instead of filling our moments with mental activity, it's totally fine for our moments to be more simple, more empty and spacious. Not filling every moment with the mind. So if there are moments that you find yourself mentally doing, just remind yourself this is your rest time. There's nothing you need to take care of right now other than just savoring and enjoying this moment. Nothing to do, no one to please, nothing to take care of. This is you time and rest time. Letting go even now, even near the end, when the body feels relaxed, we allow it to relax even more. Surrender as much as you can, and then surrender some more. Go deeper. Still breathing down into the belly for the last few breaths. Feeling each breath rise and fall. Okay, so we're going to come out slowly. Going to walk the feet back up a wall, use the stomach muscles, press the arms into the floor. And we are ready to make our way down to the other side. So just walking those feet over, being aware that the spine may feel very different on this side. So looking in the opposite direction, drawing the opposite shoulder down, wriggling closer or further away to the wall, and releasing into softness. Breathing in and out through the nose, down into the belly. Sometimes the degree of surrender depends upon just how observant we've been. Feel free to really bring your attention into each and every area of your body for a little while. Looking in detail for those very hidden, very subtle little pockets of gripping or tension. And simply allowing or encouraging your body to let go. Soften any mental effort, any chatter that may have started. Return to the moment, to the here and now. Not trying to make anything happen. but just content to observe, to play this game of observation, to have nothing else to do, nothing else that matters other than to just observe your moment. What a simple moment to enjoy. We'll enjoy a few more breaths. So walking the feet back in. Take your time. Bring your head back to center first. Ease those feet back up. Just coming down to the side for a moment. Just rest there. Breathe. Notice with gratitude the shifts in your body from a practice like yin, the softness, the calmness, that new quality in the breath. Press your palm into the floor, coming up to a seated position. So find your own version of this. You may sit slightly differently to me. You can sit up onto something, up onto a cushion. You can, if crossed legs is just not right for you, you can just bend your knees, just relax in this position, but let the wall support you here. I'm going to have that blanket over the legs, nice and warm and cozy. So we can just take the hands down to the knees or the thighs. Little bend in the arms so the upper arms are soft. And although the body has this quality of softness now, we can still sit up nice and tall without creating any unneeded tension. The eyes close. Breathing in and out through the nose. The thighs are soft, the hips are soft. Shoulders, upper arms, hands and wrists, palms and fingers and thumbs. Neck and throat is soft, allowing the jaw to let go. Tongue relaxes down away from the roof of the mouth. The cheeks and the lips are soft.
The muscles around the eyes and across the forehead are soft. And we simply sit in stillness, aware of the feeling of the body. Really sinking into this stillness in the body, allowing it completely. And beginning to notice now that in amongst that complete stillness in the body, there's this gentle movement happening as we breathe. We begin to notice the feeling through the nostrils and through those back passages behind the nose as we breathe in the cool air from the room. And we notice that the air is warmed as we breathe out. And as we sit in this foundation of stillness in the body, we feel movement of air back and forth through the nose. And then we notice that the body is moving to accommodate that breath. The chest expanding out, forwards, backwards, into the front and back body, and into the sides of the body. And the belly has a gentle rise and fall. And all that we are aware of now is the feeling of the body in stillness. And the feeling of the movement of the breath at the core of our being. And I'm going to become quiet and allow you to sit with that for a little while. And I'm going to tell you when it's time to move. I'm going to ask you to take a deep breath in through your nose all the way up to the top. And all the way down to the end. Bringing your hands together, rub the palms together until you create some warmth, and take the palms up to gently cup the eyes, opening your eyes to the darkness of your palms. And as you slowly adjust to the light of the room, taking the palms together in prayer position in front of the chest and lowering your head to your fingertips. And thank you for being here with me, and thank you for choosing this video. I'm truly grateful for our ability to connect in this way. And the light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. So if you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, send me a comment, let me know how you got on. And if you want to see more weekly videos from me, please hit the subscribe button and hit the little bell, and that way you'll be up to date whenever I post a new video. See you next time.